In this lab exercise, we're going to take a look at creating a level, inserting and laying out our walls into our project, creating a door, and creating a camera view. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to create a level. Levels are created from an elevation view. We're going to click on our north elevation view here in our project browser. And then I'm going to come up here, still on our architectural tab, down to our datum panel, and we're going to click on our level tool. I'm going to come down into model space, I'm going to come up 10 feet from my level 2 level, and I'm going to click. Then I'm going to drag in this direction, and Revit will actually snap into place when I get to where my other levels, and I'm just going to insert there. Now we have another 10-foot floor-to-floor level in our project. I'm going to hit escape twice to get out of this command. I'm going to zoom in. We're actually going to double click on our level 3, and I'm going to change this, rename it roof. Revit will always ask you when you rename your views if you would like to rename the corresponding views. Yes. The majority of the time you're going to want to rename the level. Now we have a roof level in our project. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to double click in our browser over here on our level 1 floor plan to insert our walls. I'm going to come up here to our architectural tab again, and now we're going to lay out our walls. So let's begin with this. We're going to click on our default architectural wall tool. I'm going to come down. The first thing I want to deal with is our base and our top of wall constraint. For this lab exercise, we wanted to create exterior walls that extend to our roof. So our top of wall is going to want to come up to the new level that we've created, roof. So I'm going to change that drop down. Then I want us to take a look at our wall type selector. For the purposes of this lab, we're going to use an exterior brick on metal stud wall. I'm going to click. Now that we will see, this is the type of wall that we are inserting in our project. I'm going to come into my model space, pay attention down here in the status bar to the tool assistance that Revit is giving us. Click to enter wall start point. I'm going to click here, I'm going to come down 30 feet. I'm going to click again to end this wall. I'm going to come across. I'm going to type in my wall endpoint this time. I'm going to type in 40 for 40 feet. Feet are the default units in Revit, and hit enter. I'm going to come up. You'll see that as I get close to the start of my first wall, Revit will actually snap into place. I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to close these walls. I'm going to escape twice to get out of this command, and I'm just going to zoom in using the wheel on my mouse. I'm going to zoom in. Although we used a brick on metal stud exterior wall, we do not see that currently. In our view bar, we're going to have to come down and click on medium or fine detail. They both will work fine for this. Medium detail. Now I'm able to see the components that make up this wall. You can see the brick is on the interior face, so I'm going to click on my wall And Revit actually gives us a flip orientation button with each of these. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the orientation of each of these walls so that the brick is on the exterior face. Next thing I want us to do is come back up here to our wall tool. Now I want us, if we deselect our walls, hitting escape, we're going to insert our interior walls for this project. I'm going to come back down here to the type selector, and now for the interior walls, we said we only wanted them to come up to the beginning of our top story of our level 2. I'm going to come down. I'm going to pick for this project an interior 4 7/8 partition wall as the type that I would like to lay out. Then I'm going to come in here and our base constraint, yes, I want to draw this at level 1. Our top constraint up to level 2. So we're ready to begin laying out our interior walls. I'm going to come in here to the plan, and you see as I hover over my exterior wall, this triangle symbol Revit is giving us is allowing us to snap to the midpoint of this wall. And we're going to snap to the midpoint of our other wall. I'm going to hit escape to end that chain. And because I want to continue to lay out walls with this same wall type, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to lay out a wall here. And I'm just going to lay these walls out diagrammatically to begin with. I'm going to put a wall there. Okay, now I want to click on this wall, and you'll see that for locating our walls, Revit actually gives us a temporary dimension. So on this side, I'm going to double click on that temporary dimension, and I'm going to type in 15 feet. On this wall, I'm going to repeat that process. Leaving me a 10-foot vestibule in between. The next thing I want us to do is to insert a door. So we're going to come back up to our architectural tab, and we're going to click on our door tool. For this lab exercise, you'll see that there are many different sizes of this single flush type door in our project. We're going to stick with the 36 by 84 inch door that Revit gives us. You'll see that inserting a door, I actually have to click when I'm not hovered over a wall. Revit will not allow us to insert a door. A door is a host element. It needs to be hosted into a wall. So I'm going to come over here to where I'd like to insert this door, and click. Revit inserts the door, centered in between those two walls. Now I would like you to click on this door. If you remember when we inserted our walls, there was an orientation symbol that came up as well. Well, that symbol is available with our door tools as well. I would like the door to swing outwards in the opposite direction. The next thing I would like us to do is I would like us to insert an exterior and an interior camera view into our project so that we can see how our spaces evolve as the design evolves. There are two ways that I'm going to show you to access the camera tool. First, we're going to insert our exterior camera, coming to our View tab. Right here on our Create panel, we're going to click the drop down and come down to Camera. I'm going to come outside of our layout, click and drag beyond my target for what I want to see. When I'm done clicking, Revit is going to take me into this newly created camera view. I'm going to use my wheel mouse and zoom out again and extend the boundaries of this view. So that I can see the entire building in perspective. I'm holding down my mouse because I'd like to center it in my view a little bit. I'm going to go back to my level 1 floor plan, and my camera is still selected in this view. However, when I click in space, my camera is no longer in view. There will be many times that you'd like to see this camera for editing purposes. A camera view is always going to be created in your 3D category here in your project browser. By default, Revit is going to name our camera views 3D View 1 through infinity. I want us to right click, and I would like us to rename this camera. We're going to name this exterior camera and hit OK. It is the best practice to get familiar with renaming your camera views and all of the 3D views that you have in your project so that the names are meaningful for you as well as the rest of your project team. I'm going to hit escape twice and click up here on my architectural ribbon to get back to our starting point. For our interior camera, I would like us to create this camera using our quick access toolbar. We're going to come up here, click the drop down, and you'll see our camera view tool is available from here as well. I'm going to come on the inside of my vestibule to this corner, click to begin my station point, and click again for the extents of my target. I'm going to use my wheel again to zoom out a little bit and extend the grips. For my view. Lastly, I'm going to center this view, come back over to my properties in my project browser, right click on my 3D View 1, which is my interior camera, and we're going to rename this camera as well. Interior camera. We're going to click OK.